variable is a letter that represents a number we do not know yet. It's a mystery we are trying to solve. So I went on Google and I found these two images. So when I think of variable, I know that it stands for a number, I just don't know what number it is. So I associate variables with mysteries. And so I'm thinking of like a treasure box. Like in movies and stories, there's always people trying to find a treasure box, but we never know what's inside until they open it. Some treasure boxes might have letters, some might have gold coins. You never really know until you actually open it. So here we have a picture. There's a treasure box, but there's a lot of people crowding it. And then on the other side, there's no one surrounding the treasure box. It's all by itself. So I can actually figure out what's inside the treasure box here. These images I chose so you guys could visualize what I mean by isolating the variable. So here, it's not isolated. It's surrounded by people. It's crowded. I can't see what's in there, but here it's all by itself. I can figure it out. Okay, so all you guys are writing down for this slide is the definition of variable. I will give you guys about 30 seconds. I have an equation here. Notice it's an equation because there's an equal sign. I purposely made the x in a gold color so you guys can associate it with the treasure, the mystery, it's unknown. Okay, on the bottom, I wrote down use inverse operations to isolate the variable. For this slide, what I want you guys to do is write down the equation. I'm going to solve it. I'm going to show you how to solve it, and then I will give you guys practice problems. So right now you're writing down the equation. Okay. So when I say use inverse operations to isolate the variable, I want to get x by itself. My first step is to get rid of whatever is crowding it, and I do that by using inverse operation. Right now I have minus 3. What would be the inverse of that, Bianca? Yeah, I would add 3. If I add 3 on one side of the equal sign, what do I have to do to the other side? Yeah, so I would add 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. What happens here? If I have a minus 3 and a plus 3, it cancels out. Okay, so I have 2x. What is going on here? X is being what? Heather. Multiplied by what? By 2. What would be the opposite or the inverse? Yeah, divide by 2. If I divide by 2 on one side of the equal sign, what do I have to do to the other side?
Same thing.
So here, 2 divided by 2, that cancels out. So I get x is equal to 9 over 2. This is a perfectly acceptable answer. I know it's an improper fraction. You guys could change it to a decimal form. It could be 4.5, or you could change it to a mixed number. But this is fine. This is fine. So I want you guys to just really quickly write down what I did to solve this equation. Notice I'm saying solve because I figured out what the mystery was. At first, this golden x was a mystery. I did not know what it was. Now I do. X is 9 over 2. I have figured it out. Alright, raise your hand if you still need more time to write this down. If you guys don't raise your hand, I am going to keep going. Okay. While we're waiting, thumbs up if you understand this, thumbs down if you're confused. but I want to get rid of this 2. Right now it's multiplying. The opposite of that would be division, negative 2. Negative 2. These cancel out. Okay, x equals, what is 10 divided by negative 2? Negative. Okay, so now I want you to try this one. You should have these. Okay, now I want to get x by itself, so I want to move the 4. How can I do that?
So what I did first was all that got moved down, but what I did first was I applied the distributive property to everything.
Okay.
So I did negative 3 times x and negative 3 times 1. Then I did the distributive property on the other side, negative 2 times x and negative 2 times 2.
Okay, I don't see that part on the board, so can you write it down really quick?
It got moved or erased up here. Go back.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. So I saw that you distributed the 2 to the x, the negative 2 to the x, and you got minus 2x. But what happens with that 4? When you distribute negative 2 to a minus 2, what should you get?
Positive.
Yeah, positive. Okay, continue in your explanation.
So then I added the like terms, negative 3x plus negative 2x.
Uh-huh.
That gave me negative 5x.
Okay, great job.
And then I added the coefficients, or the constants.
The constants, good. Good job for correcting yourself. So a positive 4 minus 3 would give you what?
A positive 4 minus 3 is negative 7.
So positive 4, you have 4, and you take away 3, what do you get?
That's 1.
1. Okay, so let's erase the minus 7, and it should be what?
1.
Would it be a negative 1, though? If you have 4 minus 3?
Positive.
Okay, positive 1. Good job. Now what do you do?
Now I need to use that. But I'll take off I'll subtract 1 from each side of the equation.
Yep.
Which will give me 13.
Perfect.
And now I draw that out as a fraction.
Perfect. Good job, Brendan.
Should I erase this?
No, let's keep it up. So for number 3, that one was probably the most challenging of the 3 of them because of that minus sign. I know that negative numbers sometimes trip you guys up, but what you guys need to remember, for multiplication and division, you can use the triangle. So if you have a minus times a minus, I have a minus 2 outside the parentheses and a minus inside the parentheses. Minus times a minus is positive. So here it should be positive 4. Negative 2 times a negative 2 is a positive 2. Okay, so we are out of time. We're going to do the worksheet when we come back. So let's have Audie